In the previous lesson, we learned about selection or the range, okay? So now what we're gonna learn about is formatting basics and selecting the range and also absolute and relative reference, something like those, and coding, okay? Just in coding in VBA, which we're gonna run. So let's start off with this previous sheet which we use. So we're gonna do it right over here in VBA immediate windows. So if you still remember, you can just open up this immediate windows from view and then just click on immediate windows or just press on Ctrl+G to run on this windows. So what we're gonna do first is do the same thing. What we're gonna do first is select the range. Now I want my range. Okay, let's add in another data. Let it be GOAT. Let it be GOAT. Now what I'm gonna do is select that range. Okay, let it be that. My bad. I had to click for a lot of times. Now range. Now what I'm gonna do is open the parenthesis, then select the cell, which is F7. Double quotation, F7. Double quotation again to end. Then close the parenthesis. Now dot select. Okay, now it is selected. Now what we're gonna do is type in selection. Now we're gonna know about the difference of these two objects, which is range and selection. So when we just selected or typed in range and then dot select, you will see that F7, it is an absolute reference, which is F7, okay? Absolute reference. But so after whatever we type here, whichever code or whichever comment or whichever or how many type of steps you do, it's just gonna end up on F7, whichever format you do. If it's still, if you think that you edited it or maybe added like 17, 18 function commands, errors, and then like tons of things, it's still gonna end up on F3 or F7, my bad, F7, because this is an absolute cell reference. So selection, now it's gonna work like selection. So first thing what we're gonna do is change the font, okay? So we're gonna do, okay, let's start off with font or like doing a bold. Okay, let's start off with dot font dot bold, okay, equal true. Now you can see that this is true, or you can see that this word has turned to be bold. Now if I type in false again, you will see that the bold will disappear, just as you can see. Now let's start off by doing something else, changing the data. Selection dot value equal a cow. Not bad. Double quotation. You can see that I've changed the data. Now let's start off with the third line. Let's not change anything here because we know you can add whichever data you want. EARTH, EART, it's gonna be EART. If you add in like dozens of sentences or dozen of digits, you will also see all of them, but it might be like this. If you add in like tons of digits, it's gonna be an error or the hash signs, which is gonna end up like this. Or if you add in more, you can see it like this. Now let's just delete all of them. Let's just keep it in alphabets. Let it be EART. Okay, just let it be. So now what we're gonna do is type in selection again. This is still an object, okay? And now this is the adjective, okay? So what we're gonna do is type in whichever we want. Now let us like change the font. Okay, let's just change the color of the font. Font, let it be team color, or let it just be color. Now what we're gonna do is equal, and now you have to remember that whenever you're typing in colors, it has to be hex codes or RGB codes. If you're gonna use RGB, just type in RGB and then open the parenthesis and then add your RGB number code. It's gonna be 3 or 4 codes. So when you're just typing in the code without the RGB, make sure to add in the hex codes. An example, if you want hex codes, you can just go to font, go to coloring, more colors, and then go to custom. Okay, now select whichever one you want and you will see the number of hex code. Let it be, okay, let it be this. So what we're gonna do is just more colors, not this one, just not this one. Okay, custom, and let it be like this. Now as this is the hex code, just copy it. Now what we're gonna do is just add it right over here. You can just delete the hash. Okay, my bad, you have to add in double quotations. My bad. What we're gonna do is just add in a basic color code. Okay, so the basic color code will be like, it's something like, you know, first off what we're gonna do is either we select the range, but if we don't want to select the range, we can just select it somehow like just without the double quotation. Give me a moment. Let's just, if it does not run yet, so we're gonna add is a basic one of them because VBA does not do like all of them. So what we're gonna do is add in magenta. So the code of magenta is 1671195. Let me just type it. I just surprisingly I remember it. 167, my bad, 1671195. Okay, so this is the code. Let's just run it and you can see that this is magenta now. If you want to add in RGB colors, so let's just show you with an example. Just type in RGB, open the parenthesis, let it be magenta. Again, for magenta I don't know it, but it's something like 255 I guess, then comma 0 comma 255 again. Might be like this, but let's see. Okay, it works. Let's just change the color again so that we can see that if it actually worked. So I'm gonna do is change the color, let it be blue. Okay, let's just change the color for a while, let it be blue, and then something like blue, not actually blue, but let's just run it from here. Okay, it worked. So as it worked, it is gonna be like how it's gonna run RGB. If you add in 00255, it's gonna be blue. 00, let it be 00. Okay, okay, now it's blue. So this is how you can select and color any of the text which you want to add or whatever you want to do with it. You can also change the theme color or interior color. Okay, if you want to change the interior color, what we're gonna do is just delete this. After I delete this, you will also change like this, cut the font, type in interior. What I'm gonna do is after you type in interior, now change the theme color, and now what I'm gonna do is click space and then equal and space again. Now you will see a really common thing, which is this alphabet X and L. It might appear like in a lot of commands, but this is quite important. So I'm gonna do is just type in Excel theme color, COLOR. Remember to keep the C capital here. Color dark. Okay, let it be dark. Dark like, okay, let it be 4. Okay, okay, my bad, let it be dark, maybe keep it 1. You can see it's not that dark, let it be 2. You can see that it's a bit darker, let it be 3. So it only goes to 2. So this is how selection and coloring works in Microsoft Excel and VBA.